Hello, I am back today with another lesson about diagramming. And today we're going to talk about Chapter 8, Lesson 2 on page 186 of your textbook. We're going to talk about the possessive, where that would go in a diagram. So review what we did yesterday. Yesterday we talked about subjects and predicates. And when we diagrammed it, we said that every single word has a place in a diagram. So we had the subject, which was a noun, and we had the predicate, which is a verb. So we drew a horizontal line. Remember, that's the line that goes side to side. And then we drew a vertical line, which is the line that goes up and down. We had the subject on one side and the predicate on the other side. Okay? So exercise 2 yesterday was basically you just taking 2-word sentences and diagramming the subject and the predicate. So today we're going to add a third word to those sentences. We're going to add a possessive noun. So we have to think all the way back to that chapter with nouns when we learned about possessives, all right? In your textbook, it says the possessive form of a noun shows who possesses or who owns something. Possessive nouns end in an apostrophe S, like the cat's food, which is singular, or it has an S apostrophe. The noun that follows a possessive noun is the noun after the word. Okay, so just to review, I'm going to get this kind of up here kind of close so you guys can see. Possessive form, S apostrophe is singular. So one person with one thing, like Drew's ball, that's possessive. The ball belongs to Drew, it's an apostrophe S. If it's plural, if it's more than one, it's an S apostrophe. So right here, if you have 2 or more birds and 2 or more nests, you have birds nest. That's plural. So that's when we did that noun chapter, that's what they look like. So when we diagram them, they're going to look a little bit like this. So you have your subject and you have your predicate. That does not change. What we're adding today is this slanted line underneath the subject, okay? So the sentences are going to have 3 words. So if you look in your book, you see something called, let's do an example, Jeff's bird sings. So you write the simple subject and the simple predicate on the horizontal line. Okay. So I'm going to draw my line underneath it. So you're going to have your subject, you're going to have your predicate, and then you're going to have the possessive noun. Now that there's 3 words, you've got to figure out the subject and the predicate. So the example is Jeff's bird sings. So what's the subject? So you might think Jeff's. Jeff's is not the subject. Jeff's is going to be the possessive. So the bird is the subject, sings is the predicate. So the possessive noun, the word with the apostrophe S or the S apostrophe, is going to go underneath the subject. Now if you think about it, why is it going underneath the subject and not underneath the predicate? What is it describing? It's describing the subject. It's Jeff's bird. So of course the possessive, the word Jeff, is going to go underneath the subject because that's what it's describing. So Jeff's apostrophe S, Jeff's bird sings. All right, guys, so that's what all of these are going to look like. You're going to have the subject and the noun, and then your possessive noun is going to go underneath your noun. So the other example they put is Mom's vase broke. So I'm going to erase my words on my little whiteboard. Just got a little, not the best erasing. Okay, so Mom's vase broke. What's the subject? What's the predicate? And then what's the possessive word? So the subject is a noun. It's vase. The vase. And what's the predicate? The verb broke. So the possessive word, who does the vase belong to? That's what possessive means. It's Mom's. So we're going to put Mom's vase broke. Okay, let's do exercise 1 together like we normally do. I didn't have you guys write it because it's only 2 sentences. So I'm going to do a quick erasing right here. And I have number 1 and number 2. So what they did for number 1 and number 2, they put the subject and the predicate all the way down. So tails wag. That's number 1. And then number 2 is computer and froze. Mine did that this morning. Look at that. Okay, so the possessive that they have is dogs. So we have tails wag. Where is dogs going to go? What dogs is describing what? The tails or the wag? It's describing the tails. So we're going to draw our possessive line right here, and we're going to put dogs. It's plural, so it's S apostrophe. Now number 2 has computer froze, and they have the word dads. What is dads describing? The computer. It's dad's computer. Dad's computer froze. Did dad's computer freeze today or yesterday or last week? I bet it did. Mom's probably did too. All right, so there's exercise 1. So exercise 2, when you put this in your journal, there's 15 of them. There's 3 words each, okay? So you're going to have a subject, you're going to have a predicate, and then you're going to have that slanted line underneath. That's going to be your possessive noun. So draw your lines all like that, and guess where your possessive noun is going to go? In front of the subject. Okay, so they're all going to look the same. All right, good luck, guys.